Ooh, might make your head blow off.
Hey, yo, it's a talk show host, Kaynah Lassiter. Join me for an episode of Relations, the most lit hour of adult conversation.
Hold up, you know you can't forget about me. It's 51 Spade, alpha male G-O-D, one half of Relations. You want to hear the truth? Can you handle the truth? It's where it's at, baby. It's where it's at, baby.
What's good? Welcome to an all-new episode of Relations. My name is Kaynah Lassiter.
Say it with me now. Alpha male G-O-D, 51 Spade, a.k.a. the ninja you love to hate. I'm in the building.
You know how we do it. We got 2 topics in 1 hour. We have knowing what to do after cheating and toxic relationships. Or toxic people in relationships, rather. So let's start with the subject I think will be over pretty quick is like, what the fuck do you do after you've dealt with infidelity or cheating?
Why do you think that's going to be over quick?
Because I just think there's like a couple of steps that you have to go through and then you're done.
Then why people don't take them then if it's so simple?
Well, I didn't say it was simple. I just think it's going to be the shorter conversation.
I mean, if it's going to be simple, shorter conversation, I don't think so. Not when it comes to cheating.
Well, I mean, there's only so many outcomes. Either you're going to stay or you're going to go.
I say that to women all the time.
But there are some things in between that I spoke on that will gauge what happens. And those are the variables. So I think the answer to what would you do after cheating rests on who did the cheating. Mm-hmm. It just depends on the 2 people in the relationship and what they can deal with.
So it matters if they cheat whether you stay or go, you saying?
Well, yeah, it matters. It matters. The only thing that matters really are the people in the situation. So let me put it like this. You're married 20 years and your husband cheats with the maid. Mm-hmm. You might not be quick to pack up and leave. It's not black and white. It's not stay or go. Mm-hmm. There are variables considered. I just named the variables. She's been married 20 years and the person her husband slept with was the maid. Okay. That relationship isn't going anywhere. She's the fucking maid.
Gotcha. So let me ask you a question. So if I'm married 20 years and my wife cheats with
the pool guy,
you think I'm staying?
I think that you considered the variables. I think it's different for men if their women cheats with the pool guy. Definitely. I'm not saying you should consider the variables and act as a woman would, but I'm going to speak from a woman's perspective. If I'm married to my husband of 20 years and he slept with the maid, one, I'm not intimidated by the maid. I'm not thinking, oh, my husband loves the maid and is going to marry the maid and she's going to take my spot. I'm thinking the motherfucker, something happened, and those are also variables. So what I'm saying is you have to sit down and have a conversation with the person and find out what the variables are before you make a decision on how to proceed. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha. So now I'm going to point this in this direction right here. Okay? This is my issue with this shit right here. I like how you did that and you said, hey, I've been with this person 20 years and it's the variable. I ain't going nowhere. That's just the maid, this and that. But my issue with the shit is like with women in particular, it's like you find that your guy cheated, right? And then you're going to say, oh, we can get past this. And you forgive him. But do you really forgive? Do y'all really drag this shit out as long as possible as it can be? Because this is some of the variables that come into play of why I'm sitting there saying that a lot of times it could be a simple movement as far as going on, but for some strange reason, like I would have a conversation and we could talk about that, but what's not gonna happen is you not finna hold this shit over my head.
And I think that's a problem.
For 4, 5, 6 years, keep bringing up shit like I want to go to the store. Is that bitch at that store? You know what I'm saying? Like now you want to check my phone. That's your bad though. Those are the consequences of fucking cheating because you broke the trust. Yeah, that's not one of the steps. Wait a minute. But don't say you forgive me then.
Wait, hold on. Forgiving you for cheating is one thing, but now telling me that I cannot cross-examine and ask you questions because not only these are why the questions come. By the way, women ask questions about you cheating because you have to lie to cheat.
Not necessarily.
Listen, ain't no way that you are cheating during a time. I'm sure most people, I keep track of mine. Where are you going? Not like that, but I'm just saying, like, we talk. So if I call my guy and I say where you're at, and we're not in the type of relationship where he should be with another woman, he can't say, well, I'm about to get some pussy.
Yeah, but that's not always the case. The situation
you have to lie. You have to say I'm at work. I'm at my homeboy house.
No, you don't. Because I've been in situations where, okay, my lady could call me and she could be like, hey, where you at? I'm at my homeboy house. I did not lie. I didn't tell her that a girl was there. I am where I say I am. So
this is why the questions come.
No, but you just
said a great example.
But you just said that I have to lie, and I didn't lie.
No, that's fine. But what my point is this: we have to ask because we figure if you cheated, you had to lie to do that. We might be wrong because we may have just asked the wrong fucking question.
There you go.
But basically, what I'm saying is, if you found the time to cheat, if you found the space to cheat, in most cases, I thought you were somewhere else.
But.
And so that's why we're asking the questions, because we want to know. We already know we got cheated on, so that's a check mark. But how many times did you lie to go get that pussy? How many times was you in my motherfucking car to go get that pussy? How many times did I walk in on you as you was in the shower on the phone with the bitch? You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of things that we're trying to figure out, because those things are where you manipulated, you lied, you all those nasty negative words that men don't like to hear. It's not that I woke up on a Tuesday and a bitch sat on my dick and that's all that happened. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You lied to me to go. I asked you what time you would be home. You said you would only be gone an hour. It turned into 3. There are just certain things. Absolutely.
Okay.
There are just certain things that come into your mind when you find out that your person cheated. You want to know how, when, why, with who, how do you feel about her? And so for you to say, well, after you forgive me, I just don't want to hear about that shit no more.
Okay.
How?
What you mean?
That is listen. And that's the problem that I have. I don't have a problem with forgiveness. I have a problem with you trying to hide all the other bullshit you said and did under the rug because you fucked up.
No, but it's not about that. Like, really, at the end of the day, I've been cheated on before, okay? So, I've been cheated on by a woman. I can pose every question that I have to pose right then and there. I don't need fucking 2, 3, fucking 4, 5 months.
You're a man. Women need time to process.
So now slow, you saying?
No, I'm saying you're going to remember, like, wait a minute. Remember that time that I tried to get him to fuck before he left? This is a real scenario. You in the driveway. Been at the house 4 or 5 fucking days. Ain't got no dick. But you finna go. And you finna be gone for 3 or 4 days. So, naturally, a woman is going to be, before you leave, please fuck me. I'm gonna fuck you when I get back. I promise. That is a red fucking flag.
What kind of man?
And your mind is gonna go right back to that day that you didn't fuck, and that is the day for sure. She needs to know, did you go fuck that bitch? We need time to process shit like that, because there is shit that you've done over the last couple of months that we just didn't understand. Like not fucking with us, not fucking us, hanging out with people that you ain't seen in forever. Oh, you know, my homeboy in town, somebody you don't even fuck with, now y'all gotta go have drinks. My brother need to be picked up and took to a doctor's appointment. We finna go out to eat. All this shit that you never fucking do, ever. But you can't question it as a woman because they seem normal. A man should be able to go out and have beers with his homeboys. See you later, honey. A man should be able to spend time with his brother and be a helping hand. See you later, honey. Love you. But soon as you find out that motherfucker cheated, all that shit he was doing that you were questioning but you couldn't say anything comes rushing back. And the only reason why you can't say anything is because you always nagging. You're always asking questions. This is why.
Why do you need a year for that? This is what I'm saying.
Because it takes time for you to process all the things you thought were normal.
Gotcha. Now I just gave
you example of normal.
Let you talk, and you blabbered enough for me. It doesn't take a year for you to do that type of shit.
It takes more than a year
so really at the end of the day, then don't be with them. Like that's what I'm saying, because we talking about like what happens after you cheat. And my thing about women is this: like the same shit that you getting annoyed about, I get annoyed about. Because the thing with women is, if you want to be with the person, just be with them. I'm not saying forgive, forget, whatever this and that. Like, because the world don't work like that. Typically, we work off a tally system sometimes. You know, this person did something, and now this person do something. Then you doing a tit for tat type of scenario. That's typically the world that we working in. But my thing is like, why go down this rabbit hole, and this is rhetorical.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Why go down this rabbit hole? Because I don't even make those decisions. When we first started doing this show, I used to get penalized a lot for saying like, hey, bitch cheat on me, I'm out. People be like, why? Why is because at the end of the day, I'm not inch high private eye. I'm not Magnum PI. I don't want to go down this list of trying to figure out a whole bunch of shit. If I'm sitting in the room with this girl and she done cheated, I can ask every question that I need to be. Because there's going to be certain points that I just need. I can put everything else together.
But I don't think you're tallying
I'll
the
let
small
you talk.
stuff.
I don't need to tally the small shit because there's only one big thing that happened that I give a fuck about. And that big thing is you fucked someone else. So now it comes to the decision on whether I'm staying or going. And this is what the problem is with women. It's like, you fucking need time to decide whether you fucking want to stay or go. Someone already proved to you what the fuck they are. It's like, this right goddamn there. But no, y'all want to do like idiotic dumb shit, like give ultimatums and all this other shit. That's just really what it boiled down to. Like, I don't need you to sit there and ask me a bunch of questions now about like where I'm going and that. Because you know why? You ain't finna do that to your new dude. So go get the new dude. You don't need to fucking do that to me. It's either you forgive me or don't. I'm giving you the opportunity to ask me all the questions and get everything out on the table that need to be put out on the table. But we ain't in no fucking court for no fucking year for you to cross-examine me about every fucking little thing that fucking came up. I ain't do that to the girl that cheated on me. I just need to know the what, when, why. That's it.
Okay, but so you are at least saying out loud that you don't care about the other things. You know why I care about the other things?
Because you're a woman.
Yes, that too. But you can see the character of a person not really from a mistake that they made, but all the preparation they do to make that fucking mistake. I get men could be out somewhere, be intoxicated. There are a lot of reasons, different reasons why people are in a situation where they end up cheating. Mm-hmm. I can understand that. To be honest with you, I can have a conversation with my guy about that and probably be very understanding, very sympathetic, and very forgiving because a man is a man. What shows me his character, though, is how many times he looked in my motherfucking face and fucking told a lie. That is what burns my motherfucking biscuits because I am a loving person. So all I'm trying to do is love you and cook for you and clean up and play with the dog and have a wholesome, I'm talking about me personally, have a wholesome situation. And so I can't imagine someone looking me in my face and lying to me to get out the fucking door to go fuck somebody else.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm hell-bent.
Gotcha. Now, this the thing. Now, we're going to take it from your perspective. The thing about that is like, and this is just some things that I feel like women don't get sometimes. Those words that you just said, I'm loving, caring, and just trying to show you. Really, do you really think, like, if a man cheated on you, that he gives a fuck about any of that shit? Like, if I'm just being, like, realistically, like, does he really give a fuck about all this loving?
Doesn't, but he
exactly.
should.
So, we ain't talking about what we should, because a lot, as a man, I'd be like, men should have extra pussy in the house. We should. You know what I'm saying? It don't go like that for everybody, but you know, it should. So we ain't talking about if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. You know what I'm saying? We talking about the now. So, with that being said, what I'm saying... If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. I'm not talking about...
I'm trying not to bust out laughing so bad, but this
I'll interrupt you. That was... If what?
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
I cannot.
I'm just saying. That's just real deal. But for real, if it was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So really, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is like, if I'm not saying the man should run from the questions that you want to give. Y'all conversation that y'all deserve about the fuck up that he did. But what I'm saying is to hold it over his head is the issue that I really have, because now you're not doing anything to that relationship but making it more toxic, and trust has to be won back.
It has to be earned.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer of that. But it also has to be a cutoff date. Like if it's to the point where you just feel like you don't trust me, we need to go ahead and we need to wipe ties and this and that. Like, it ain't no sense to be going through all that. And on top of that, it's a woman. You shouldn't want to go through that. Like, I don't want to wake up day in and day out, wonder where she going. Did she really go to work? Are they really where they say they are? Like, it's a lot of energy that go into that shit. Checking phones, breaking into emails. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, the type of shit women will go through. And I'm just like, you want to jump all them hurdles to find out your man shit ain't shit for some shit you already know. He already proved that shit to you. So it's up to you now to say, he ain't shit, I need to just go ahead. But you want to waste time, 3-4 years, holding shit over his head, nagging him for all this type of time. And you could be in a whole new relationship, but you want to ride this shit out that fucking far. It don't take all that. If you want to move on, move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you beating the shit into the dirt?
Well, I really don't believe in women beating things in the dirt after they have already said, okay, I forgive you. But I don't want to blur the line between holding something over your head and a year later you're sitting down having a conversation and you just say, by the way, I just want to ask a question, and me and my relationship is like that. It doesn't matter. We could talk about anything. And if the conversation gets heated, it still comes to a place where we know we're just having a conversation. It's not the end of the relationship. We're just talking. If the relationship isn't like that, yes, you could be in trouble when it comes to bringing things back up. Because to the man, it's going to feel like, yes, she's holding it over my head. It's not that. You ought to understand, one, you said the magic word. You have to earn back trust. Imagine cheating on somebody, and in the middle of you earning your trust, you've done something to trigger the person. Whether it's coming home late, or she see a text from a person that you said you wasn't involved with or talking to anymore. That be the shit. Man, I ain't talked to this girl in about 6 months. It's been a year. You said that last week. Motherfucker, go through your phone just to get to Google and see this bitch been calling you 3 weeks straight. Every morning, 6 a.m., she's sending you I love you and a kiss. But you haven't talked to her or spoke with her or heard from her in 6 months. These are the things that make your woman question your character, and that just makes her sneaky.
You know what? But I do want to say this, because we talked about variables. Okay, a lot of times, and I've watched this scenario what you're talking about play out a lot of times. A lot of times, this is what the man does. The man done fucked up. He like, you know what, I'm going to be good. I even talk to my homeboys sometimes, and they be like, you know what, Spade, I've been good all this time. You know what I'm saying? And while you on that good path, here come the curveball. But it come at the time where your lady actually had you talked to this motherfucker, and you hadn't talked to him. You just never, and it's like, because it's and I'm not sure if it happened to women, but it happened to men. When you on a good streak, when you in a real good streak, you haven't been fucking up, it's like the temptation just come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, you haven't been fucking nobody. You even tell your homeboys, man, I ain't even been fucking nobody. I've been good. And then all of a sudden, it's like, bitches know you happy. And they don't want you to be happy. So they start calling. Then you tell them, look, man, stop calling me. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm straight. And they just won't. They just won't do it. So I get that. But my thing is, by you holding that, it's a difference between holding a conversation and how y'all talk. Y'all don't ask questions. It's not like, hey, just having me going through your phone, I know this old girl call you. That ain't how that conversation go. See, when y'all hold that conversation, y'all come out the gate swinging like y'all Negan. You know what I'm saying? And it's The Walking Dead with the bat and everything. Who is this bitch right here? You told me you ain't talked to her motherfucking ass. You don't even give a nigga a chance to answer the question. And any answer I give is a lie. This is why I'm saying that, you know what I'm saying, y'all don't believe shit. Because I done worked 7 months straight to get your trust back. But now, because you getting triggered, and I get it, not saying it don't happen, because you getting triggered, everything I say is a lie. Look, man, I'm telling you, I ain't talked to the bitch. The bitches happen to call me out the blue. It's like anything that you throw, and it's truth. It's real truth. But anything you throw ain't that. So now we can't have a civil conversation because it's like, now that you done came like that, now I gotta leave. Now I gotta leave the house like, God damn, what did I do this fucking 7 months for? You know what I'm saying? To win your fucking trust back. I did all this shit. Now everything I say is a lie. So we might as well just not
that makes
be
me sad.
with each other.
That makes me sad. With you saying it like that, I am sympathetic. Especially because you painted a picture of someone who was on the narrow path, and then the curveball, she calls again, and then you are a liar. And I can see myself being that way. And so that makes me sad for those situations that are authentic. Yo, I have really been good, and you can't control who calls your phone and send you a text while you sleep, and then your wife just happened to be up before you and look at your phone. I get it, and it makes you look so bad. So I feel you, and I'm sympathetic to that plight. But understand this: that one time that you fucked up is the reason, okay? And it's this. We accept it when we go to court because we prepare for it. We talk to the lawyer, but I got in trouble last year. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at my record. You know your jacket, and that's acceptable in that situation. But your jacket is not questionable in your home. That doesn't make any sense.
I really can't say that because the judge...
It doesn't make any sense. Everybody else is going to look at your past, but the person that you are spending the rest of your life with is not supposed to.
Got you. But listen, I'm going to say this. When I go in front of a judge and the judge pulled my jacket, a lot of times that ain't who I am no more. You know, and really at the end of the day, like, yeah, you going to pull my jacket. But just because I was stealing cars when I was 17 and I'm fucking 30 now don't mean I'm still fucking stealing cars. That's my goddamn point right there. Time them fucking pass. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes when people make mistakes, they can get on the right path and shit change. If you trying to tell me right now no one can change, then you got a severe point to say that that's straight. But that ain't the world that we fucking live in. Some people learn from their mistakes. So at the end of the day, if I fuck up, and I'm going to just speak for me. If I fuck up, I don't want to see my lady crying. You know what I'm saying? Behind some shit that I did. So I'm going to try my hardest not to put her in that type of scenario again. You know, I'm going to try my hardest. I ain't saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying I'm going to try my hardest not to put her in that scenario. And some women think that, oh, well, I'm just crying to him and he don't give a fuck. No, that's not fucking true. Like, if I really love you, I do care. But I ain't fucking Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't make motherfucking wine or water, whatever that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't me. I'm me. But what I'm saying is, like, if you gonna forgive me, we still gotta have civilized conversation, and it gotta be a cutoff point where, you know what I'm saying, like, if you gotta go see a therapist, then we can go see that. We can go do some of that shit. But some of that shit already is written out. Like, I gave that scenario. Now I'm gonna give a different scenario. So a lot of times women be in scenarios where, like, my fuck up might have been my baby mama. Well, my baby mama ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So that shit is on you. You have to decide if you staying there. If my fucking kid like 4, 5, this and that, she young. My baby mama ain't going nowhere. Women stay in these type of scenarios, and you already get the chance. I've been in those scenarios. Motherfucking, I'm finna date a woman. My motherfucking kid 5. I just start dating. Well, damn, my kid 5. That means I'm not that far removed
from having sex with her mom.
Thank you. So, you know how to do this math. You see what I'm saying? Not saying it's right. Not saying it's wrong. Not saying that. But I'm saying, like, sometimes people be in situations where they know the motherfucking outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell my baby mama to stop texting. I can't tell my baby mama to stop calling. I can't do that. I got to talk to my child, and I got to go see my child. Now, if you going to flip out every fucking time I got to go see my kid.
Just end the relationship.
We don't need to be together.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
Like, I can't be...
But I got to play devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
I have to. Okay? Especially with the baby mama situation.
Go ahead.
Okay? And I'm going to be harder on the woman than the man. One, because a woman is picking that situation. You don't get into a relationship and not know that the man has younger kids. So that's a chagrin to what you're saying. If you're picking a situation where there's a young child involved, yes, you do know how to do the math. I'm going to say this.
The men do it all the time.
I'm going to say this, however. That is a trigger. For me, personally, it's a trigger. Baby mamas are a trigger for me because I imagine the person that I'm going to have a baby with, I'm going to love forever. I know the world isn't that way. But I don't have any kids, so I don't have another example. My example is the motherfucker I have babies with, we ain't leaving each other. So when I meet a guy that says he has a baby mama, my first thing is, okay, this is not going to work. I actually have to see that relationship has fallen apart. And the only way for me to see that is for me to be inclusive. And that's why I wanted to speak on this baby mama shit. Inclusive as to what is going on in that relationship. I've gone to my husband's baby mama house plenty times and kept my ass in the car. But I was still there, and it meant a whole hell of a lot to me because she came outside to speak with him. He never went into her home. They stand outside, they talk. I'm in the car. By the way, she comes to the car and acknowledges me. There are things that men can do to make a baby mama, baby daddy situation a lot more presentable than they do. When they don't, there's something that they're hiding. Now, there are variables to them hiding. The baby mama's jealous. She gonna put me on child support if she find out I got a new girlfriend. I am not excommunicating any of that because I have a lot of male friends that deal with crazy ass baby mamas. However, if your baby mama crazy and she do that to you, put her on Front Street so she can't knock your girl off her block. The worst thing in the world is to not know anything. Information is power. So if your baby mama trying to give you the pussy every time you go around there, the thing for you to do is to tell me. And the thing for you to do when you get there is to put me on goddamn FaceTime or be talking to me the whole time you walking through the house. There are just some things that you can fucking do to put that bitch in her place. Because as long as you keeping secrets from me, she winning whether you fucking her or not. Because you're keeping me in the dark. It's not fair. It doesn't feel good. I don't know when you go see your child. I can't come with you because your baby mama don't like me. I'm the type that, bitch, if we having Christmas dinner, your baby mama and your child coming. Thanksgiving dinner, we going to Disney World together, we going to Universal together. That is showing me that you're okay with us being inclusive of each other. When you are trying to keep us apart, that's your goddamn bad. And you're hiding something.
That sounds good. You know what I'm saying? In a perfect world. But it ain't always.
In a perfect world. You wear the pants.
Hey.
Say what you need to happen.
Gotcha. Now stop right there.
You tell her what to do.
So stop right there. So I'm telling you what to do. And I'm the man. So this is where women get this shit a little bit too blurred. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, one of us do wear the pants. And it sure the fuck ain't you. So the last time I checked into a motherfucker, it was my mama. And you ain't my mama. So whether you like it or not, you know what type of man you deal with. You want a man with nuts, or you want him with his nuts tucked in? Because the only motherfuckers I know calling, checking in, doing shit like that, they shit ain't dropped.
But you just said you care and love your lady. If she's feeling it's not included, include her.
Gotcha. But
especially if it's causing ripping your house. If y'all ain't doing nothing, then what you hiding?
I let you talk. There's different ways. It's different. It's different.
Not good.
It's different. No, but it's not that. It's different ways to include people instead of making me look like I'm some bitch. Like I'm your bitch. Because I'm not your bitch. You know what I'm saying? We in a relationship, I wear the pants. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things where I totally get it. But the thing about it is, some women, you would give a fuck if you about to lose your child. You would give a fuck when that judge is hitting your pockets. They ain't hitting your pockets. They hitting my shit. So I don't want to hear no shit about no fucking crying from no female that might be here today or might be fucking gone tomorrow. If we was married, that's one goddamn thing. Is I'm married, I'm quite sure you'd be a little bit more relaxed. Because you'd be like, well, I got the motherfucking ring. But if you my fucking girlfriend, I ain't checking in with your motherfucking ass. Because I don't even know if you're going to be here tomorrow. If shit fall apart, my child going to be there. Not your ass. So me FaceTiming you and all this other type shit ain't happening until I get my child situated.
But what your child is not offended by you FaceTiming me. The only motherfucker is mad is your baby mama. Her ass ain't in place. So while you got all of that bass in your voice about your girlfriend, that bass need to be directed to the baby mama that's holding shit over. Don't hold shit over my head. But you trying to keep shit all soft and cuddly for your baby mama who you don't like, not with no more, but you damn juggling to keep her happy and I'm fucking miserable at home. How?
Well, I can't speak for every man in America. So I can only speak from me and what I did. At the end of the day, when I was with my lady, at the end of the time, she didn't go with me to pick up my child or shit like that. But not because we had any beef or no shit like that. My baby mama knew who she was and she knew who they was. but they was beefing at the time. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not driving my lady
because you're gonna pour gasoline on fire.
I'm not driving my lady there because y'all don't see eye to eye. I didn't create that scenario. My girl at the point in time had the opportunity to be cool with her. And if that shit fell apart, well, guess what? That shit fell apart on y'all time. That ain't shit got shit to do with me. You see what I'm saying? I still, because it's like, you got a falling out with my baby mama. I gave y'all the opportunity to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the shit that a lot of women forget to fucking realize. Y'all had the opportunity to be cool. Now y'all ain't cool no more. So now I'm supposed to be on the shit end of the bus and be like, well, fuck you, fuck that bitch the whole line. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it don't work like that. That shit sound good, but it don't always be that smooth. I gave y'all the opportunity to be cool, and now y'all not cool. And now because y'all not cool, you want me not cool with her. You know what I'm saying? And I've been on the flip side of that shit. Like, her baby daddy gave me the opportunity to be cool, and we wasn't cool. So I ain't need, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't need to be on every fucking trip that she took to go get her fucking kid. Because know why? Because we two men, and we gonna get very physical. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So to kind of pipe down a lot of that shit, I also had to learn to trust her too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like she going to get her child and she gone all night and then come back. No, she went to go get her child at a reasonable time and then come back. And I expect to do the same. There's certain things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? It's just that y'all steps be a little too far. That's all I'm saying. Like some of the things that you're saying, you can handle. I'm not saying that you can handle it. I can call you when I get there. You know what I'm saying? But going as far as like, hey, FaceTime me. And
I was being a little facetious.
Walk in the door with me. And
well, no, I was being a little facetious.
You was being a little serious.
No, I was being facetious, but my point was this. You give the baby mama power every time there's something that you hide from me is in as far as her affairs. Now, you have a relationship, you got a child together. I'm not going to know everything. I don't expect to. It would be ignorant and selfish to say, hey, I need to know everything that you and your baby mama talk about. I'm not going that far. But what I am saying is you have to make me inclusive. And I think all this starts at the beginning. It's how the relationship started. When we first got together, the first time you talked to her, you should have told her, hey, I'm in a new relationship. The second should have been, hey, I'm getting my daughter, or I'm getting my son. Let's meet at the park. So I'm sure you want to know. So your baby mama, you're talking to your baby mama. Hey, I live with this woman. I'm sure you want to know where your child is coming from or going to. That's the way you handle that. You remove yourself from it and you make it about the child. Hey, you my baby mama, I respect you as her mother. I know you want to know who I have her around. And then you talking to your girlfriend and you say, hey, my child coming here and there's certain things you can't say or do to her. She has a mother already, so I want you to meet her mama. So you can remove yourself from the situation and just make it about your child. What two bitches are going to argue about that? Now, if both of them bitches argue about that approach, then they both need to fucking go. Because it's not about them. But
sometimes that happens, though.
But y'all keep riding with it. If that's how it's going and you're riding along with it, then you're encouraging that fucking behavior instead of putting your foot down. This is who I'm with now, and that's who I got a kid with, and both of them bitches got to understand that.
I mean, I get that, and that shit sounds simple, but like I just painted a scenario where, you know what I'm saying, that shit was on both ends. She had a baby daddy, and I had a baby mama, and that shit wasn't sweet on both sides. So,
but why?
Hold on. So, like at the same point in time, I could have easily been like, well, damn, you know what I'm saying? You giving this nigga all power and all this type of shit. If I'm petty, like, are we fucking 3 or are we adults? Like, at the end of the day, like, that shit you talking, that shit sound good. But there are some times, like, as a man, I had to pull myself out of the situation. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't me looking at it like I'm giving her power because I ain't riding with her to go get a goddamn child. But I'm also not helping the situation fucking either, because when they get into it, he go home. But that fucking beef still with me. I gotta hear about that shit all the way home. And then gotta watch her cry about that shit. And then I'm in a fucked up place because I gotta figure out, like, well, shit, do I need to go fuck this nigga up? Or do I, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not as simple as just it's just like, well, damn, I need to be included in every damn
You
thing.
have
Like
to.
sometimes it's not necessarily that you need to be included in shit. Like it still has to be a thing as far as trust. It's not as far as like, it's not like this black and white thing that's like, oh, well, you giving her power and you know what I'm saying, you don't really love me and this and that. Like it's other things and other factors involved. Now I'm not discrediting what you saying, but I'm just saying like it's not as smooth as you think it was, because I've been on both sides of the fence. I had to take a couple of hits and she had to take a couple of hits. That's just how it went.
You know, I always have this reoccurring dream, and it's just an example of information being power. That this girl confronts me. Not in my dream, she's not a baby mama, she's a girl, and she says, I fucked your man last night. You know what my answer is? I already know that. Even though I didn't know in the dream, I did not want to look weak and portray that my relationship was broken to this other person. So I made them believe, I already know he fucked you. And then I handled the situation with my man. That's an example of what information does to a person's pride and how they could handle a situation. I'm not saying I need to go somewhere with you every time you go see her or go to pick up your kid or any of that. What I'm saying is make me feel empowered by making me included. There's a lot of things you could say to me and say, my baby mama don't even know I told you this, so keep it between you and I. I'm only telling you because I need to keep you in the know. Information is power. I'm only telling you because my love and respect for you.
But I'm not saying
it doesn't
don't do that.
mean, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean I got to pull the trump card in public. But you need to feed me as much information as you can, because the enemy, all they want to do is break you. And if it's something as simple as information that your spouse doesn't know, you're fucked. Because they can always use that as ammunition. Well, you know he was over here last night. Whether y'all fucked or not, the fact that he was at the house and I didn't know it is enough. Well, you caught me off guard. Oh, he was at your house. Now I'm stuttering because I didn't know you were at the house, and now I'm thinking you fucked and you didn't. But the fact that I didn't even know you were over there is a problem. That's where information becomes power. Yo, I just want to let you know I stopped by there after work. I dropped some shit off, just in case some shit pop off.
I touched on that. I said I could call you like right when I go. So I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying that some women want you to do this extra shit, and sometimes I'm just saying that's a little too much.
I think if you grow the flower the way you want the flower to grow and put it in the environment that you want it to be in for life from the beginning, you're on to something. I think if you're fucking your baby mama when you first met me, and then 3 months later you stop fucking her, and then a month later you want to fuck her again, that's why shit is fucked up. That's why we're not inclusive, because you are going back and forth. Y'all good one minute, y'all not good the next. She threatening you on child support because usually you're laying the dick down, you stopped. And you pissed me off, and now I'm threatening you with child support. So now you come back over here to fuck me again, so I don't call them people on you. I ain't fucking stupid. That's what the fuck is going on with these baby mama, baby daddy situations. And so you can't put that bitch in check because you're scared.
But you might be a little stupid, because after that first offense, because we talking about what you do after cheating, you can leave. And that's what I'm talking about right there. Because at the end of the day, what we talking about is what you do after someone cheats. Now moving on to the second topic.
Usually that's my job. Okay, so the second topic of the night is toxic relationships. And it's a pretty easy segue, because I think you ended up saying, hey, you can always leave. So we're going to talk about toxic situations, toxic people. And one of the situations we were talking about was of course toxic. But I'm going to try to switch it, because this topic came about for me when I saw a video. There's this video out with two rappers, and the chorus of the song is, if I catch you with somebody, you gonna make me catch a body. That's the song. So I'm imagining women, because I'm already singing it, it's got a great beat to it, you can dance to it, and I'm actually driving my shit talking about, if you catch me with somebody, you gonna catch a body. That's toxic as fuck. But it's so fucking common. People are writing songs like that and singing them, knowing that every time we turn on the news these days, or we scroll social media, a motherfucker done offed himself and his whole fucking family behind some cheating shit or behind some toxic shit. So it's not something that we should be normalizing, but we are. It's a song that if I catch you with somebody, I'ma fucking kill you. That's toxic as fuck. But it's so normal to be in that type of environment and in that type of relationship. I think it's hard to separate the toxicity from the actual love, because that's all they really saying is, I fuck with you, you my bitch. If I catch you with somebody, I'm gonna off you and that nigga. To a lot of women, that's he loves me.
I don't want that type of love. I don't want that type of love.
But do you see how that's what we are becoming accustomed to these days?
Yeah, but shit, you watch a motherfucker jump off the roof. You gonna jump off the roof too? Because that's what I was taught when I was younger. Like, just because you see other people doing it, don't make it right.
But I think it's so common that I don't think people recognize it as toxicity.
And maybe
I didn't say that's toxic when I first heard the song. I was like, damn, that shit rocking.
Yeah,
but then they got this little dance with the little guns.
And maybe they
and I'm like, damn, they talking about killing their own. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. And maybe they need to. And that's what's wrong with this world today. Like, when I ask women why they be in toxic relationships, or why they haven't left the person, or, you know, X, Y, Z, they don't ever really have no good ass answer. And the thing about it is, it's a lot of self-healing that need to go on, but it's also the thing about people that you need to recognize when you in some shit that's not good for you. Like, people are getting love and control fucked up and confused. Like, a person say they love me, okay? If you love me, that's cool, but that don't mean you control me. You know, you can't control what I do. You can't control where I go. You can't. If you can love me, but you can't control me. And this is what people get it fucking fucked up. I'm telling you what to do, what to dress, how to dress. Woman be like, oh yeah, he loved me. Go to the club. You say a little too many highs, a little too close hugs. Your nipples are kind of a little too on another man's chest. And then he go home and punch you in your shit for all that shit that you just did all that night. And then you have the nerve to tell your girlfriend, when you got that little bruise on the side of your eye, girl, he loved me. That is not love.
That's toxic.
That's called toxic.
That is toxic.
But a lot of women don't recognize the shit. And it's not even for women. It's for men too. Women that's fucking hounding you every few minutes. I used to run a fucking studio. You know what I'm saying? I got motherfuckers recording in a booth. Phone blowing the fuck up. Every 5 minutes, I had a woman come to the studio for the nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that type of love. You know what I'm saying? Don't come bloodhound for me. I let dogs do that. I don't need a human being doing that type of shit. And you have to recognize a lot of that shit. People are getting that shit confused. I don't want to kill my girlfriend, myself, my kids, or any of that shit. Mm-hmm. You understand? I'm not trying to take away my life based on you, speaking to somebody?
Right.
Or, you know, you believe in, you say it all the time, platonic. You platonic, the man not platonic. He does advances toward you, which you're not reciprocating. So I'm supposed to kill him because of that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we have to also get into the world of thinking that music, and I get it, you know, it's separated. But music and movies, motherfucker could do some shit on the movie. He go kill a whole task force and bitch would be like, that's a movie. But motherfucker, that song you just singing, talking about, well, shit, if he love me and I see you fucking with somebody, I'm going to kill somebody, I'm going to catch a body. That's entertainment too. So for a motherfucker to think that shit is real, something wrong with you.
Well, I was going to say, toxic relationships are made of toxic people. And so there's someone in the relationship that's toxic. It could be the female, it could be the male. But those are the type of people who create toxic situations, toxic people. But this is the kicker. This is the sad thing. They don't know they're being toxic. You know, I talk about trauma all the time. And this artist happened to be from the swamp, from Miami. So anybody that dates this guy. Who?
Dade?
Yeah, they're from Dade County.
Dade. Now, how did I know that?
This is who he is. This is who the culture is. This is, and I could probably do a very simple diagram from the son to the father to the grandfather to the great-grandfather and probably make all the sense in the world of why he would say, if I catch you with somebody, I'm going to catch a body. pretty simple to explain where he got that from. I think all of us have seen some type of physical abuse, whether it was our parents or an uncle and an aunt. We've seen it. And you know what? Our parents didn't leave and our aunts didn't leave. So when you're talking about a woman that's in a toxic situation, that's only seeing what she saw at her mom's house and then what her mom saw at her grandma's house, no one in that situation is going to realize that they're in a toxic situation or they are toxic.
Got a scenario for you. Okay. So, I'm going to show you something. Only if you feel comfortable. Have you ever seen, I'll spread it that way so you just clear all the way through. Have you ever seen someone in your family, like your aunt, your mama, anybody, get hands put on them by your uncle, your dad, whoever, this and that? Had you ever seen that?
Yes.
You have seen it? What was your first thought when you saw that?
To be honest with you, because of who they were, I was more worried about my dad. I was more worried about the aggressor in the situation because I thought he's going to jail and I didn't want my dad to go to jail.
Okay. Nah, I'm finna show you something totally different. And
Isn't that toxic though? That's so bad.
That is because
so
I
wasn't worried about.
I would have thought you would have been worried about your mom. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna tell you me. As far as I go, never seen it. You know what I'm saying? But I've watched my mom and dad argue. You know. But I'm going to say for me, that if I would have ever saw my dad put his hands on my mama, I'd have put my dad down. As a kid, I'd have put him down. And I'm a man. And I was a boy at that point in time. But ain't nobody touching my mama. I don't care who you are. You better not touch my mama, boy. Whether he knew that or whatever the case may be. Because kids see everything. But just for me, I was protective of my mama. He's my dad. He ain't never put his hands on her. But just from arguments, those are the type of thoughts that was in my mind. So
that's pretty heavy and traumatic.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'ma just say this. In this world, men are known for taking care of themselves. So I could see as a little girl you worried about your dad. You see what I'm saying? But if he fuck around and kill your mama, he going to jail. You can't get your mama back. You get what I'm saying? And that's the way I think.
I mean, as I'm telling the story, like I can hear my mom crying. So I'm not saying that I didn't feel bad, but I didn't have enough time to take care of them both in that situation. I just saw the police outside. And so for me, that's pretty final. My mom is here. Yes, her knuckles are pretty bloody. You know, she's messed up. But they're walking my dad outside. Mm-hmm. You know, my mom's in here with me. She's okay. Mm-hmm. She's crying, but she's okay. And I'm crying. But my dad is getting ready to be put in handcuffs. Mm-hmm. That's traumatic as fuck.
But this the thing though. But does he deserve to be in them cuffs? You know what I'm saying? Like that's,
I probably couldn't answer that back then.
But what I'm saying to you is like how you were just talking about that song and people normalizing shit. That's what I'm talking about. Like some shit shouldn't be normalized. I don't see how anybody could sit by and watch their mama getting beat up as a kid and you their son and thinking that shit is okay. I'm just speaking for me. Like there's no fucking way I could watch my dad slap or hit my mom and me be like, well shit, that shit is normal. You know what I'm saying? There's no way on fucking earth I would have thought that was normal.
But see, the opposite happens all the time. Kids that see their dads beat up on moms grow up and beat up on their girlfriends.
Yeah, but guess what, though? I would agree with that, but also I would say some of this because I do know certain family members of my own that this happened to. A lot of times, the reason they think that's okay is because they've been abandoned by their mom. Sometimes they hate women. And women don't recognize that they hate women. They like the idea and lust of women. And fuck women and do all this other type shit. But they are not protective of women. Because the one woman that was supposed to be there for them left them. So they don't love women. For me, my mama never left me or did anything. I hold my mom, aunt, grandma. I was right. They was right there. You know what I'm saying? And even in situations, my grandma would pull me to the side sometimes and be like, you know, if your dad ever put his hands on my daughters, I'm young. And they ask me this. I'm like, no. You know, they didn't argue. You know what I'm saying? But that can't be normalized as far as just like, someone's singing a song, and then you saying, well, hey, I could trace this back, and it go from, they granddad to their dad to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was raised wrong if you think that's normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's normal. I've even been in situations where I've been the side dude. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Woman been married, she started moving funny, and the husband was like, started dropping off at work. You know what I told her? We can't fuck around no more. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because he in every right to fucking hurt me, kill me, or anything else. I shouldn't be fucking with his wife. You know what I'm saying? So I recognize it. Even if she ain't smart enough to recognize it her fucking self, I recognize it. We can't fuck around no more. You moving so fucking funny, your husband is catching on. And he ain't never catch on before. So I can't fuck with you. Go back to him, because you ain't finna leave him, because I don't even want you. Mm-hmm. You done scratch your itch. Your itch been scratched. Let's dead this. You know what I'm saying? Because he's well within his rights to fuck me up. Mm-hmm. We getting some of this shit like twisted and shit.
Yeah, it's not normal. It isn't, but like I said, you kind of have to recognize that you're a toxic person. And even with my trauma, I don't believe that I'm toxic. There may be I may have some toxic behaviors, I don't know, but it would take someone that I'm with to say, hey, you do this. And for me to have to say, well, damn, that's a pretty toxic behavior. And so I think we might be treading on a lost cause, because we've talked several weeks over people not keeping it real with themselves and being able to list their shortcomings. So if there's definitely not going to be able to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm just toxic as fuck. I'm fucking radioactive. No one's going to do that.
Yeah, but most people can't recognize their faults. Like, at the end of the day, I don't wake up in the morning and be like, damn, I'm an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went off on this girl last night. She ain't even deserve that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wake up like that.
You should, because sometimes you're a really asshole.
Oh, no, I'm perfect. You know what I'm saying? G-O-D. You know what I'm saying? I don't get no higher than that. So, at the end of the day, people don't recognize that. And even, like, you don't wake up in the morning and be like, I'm such a bitch. And you are. But you ain't gonna wake up like that and talk about your shortcomings and that. A lot of people haven't had therapy. A lot of people are listening to songs that's directing them in the wrong way. Listening to their friends. Getting advice from a friend that ain't got no man about your man. Some of this shit,
that's the worst.
Like, some of this shit don't make like no type of sense. Where it's like, you asking your homegirl about advice about your man, and she ain't got a man. Why you getting that advice? You know what I'm saying? I don't do that when it's to my homeboys. My homeboy can't be single giving me advice about my lady, and he ain't in a relationship. He's single as fuck. Fucking every other night and shit like that. Single and mingle. I ain't asking him for advice. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, if I get married and then I'm talking to someone that's married, that makes more sense. But a lot of times, I don't see that happen for women. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I feel like, sometimes you need to dig deep. And if you feel like he's toxic, I would say put the mirror up. Look at yourself. See if you're toxic. See if you're triggering some of this shit to make him toxic. Because you might be toxic. Because two toxic people in a relationship a lot of times happens more often than you think. I understand that women be in relationships saying that the man is toxic. But sometimes y'all triggering each other. Making each other
toxic.
Yeah, making each other do shit that you shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like some relationships are tit for tat. So it's like, instead of an adult being there, y'all both acting like kids. Oh, he went all night. He was gone all night. I'm coming back at 3 a.m. This is some shit that, that I be watching motherfuckers do. He was gone all night. He comes home. You like, damn, this motherfucker was out all night. Your response is, you gonna stay out all night? So I'm trying to figure out, like, how are y'all getting into a smooth place when both of y'all are doing dumb shit? But in that relationship, y'all both toxic. Because neither one of y'all are acting like an adult.
Real shit. I get it. I just think that it is just super fucking normal to the degree that it's not really recognizable. And I only realize that sitting here, and it makes me sad because most people that are toxic aren't going to realize that they're toxic. So it's not going to make the situation any better. People are like chasing their tails.
But ain't another thing, especially with you. You be having friends sometimes that's toxic and you won't tell their ass that they toxic. So why you don't do that?
I mean, because it's not recognizable. I don't think.
How?
I don't think it's recognizable. I think that it's it feels normal, and I think that's just a universal problem when a person. You know what? I can say when a person.
So y'all both nut jobs.
No.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? I take that back. I can say it. I just don't think I can say that they're toxic.
Why?
I don't know, because maybe I don't believe that they're toxic. Maybe I just think that they have an issue that they need to correct. It's not necessarily toxic.
But how can they correct a toxic behavior when it's a friend you won't even tell them that they toxic? Like, that's not going to make any sense. So, let's say, for instance, like, your friend is finna get in a relationship. And you know damn well that she shouldn't be in a relationship. She done gave you the list of shit of why she ain't in a relationship. And she'll fucking call your ass the next week and talking about, hey, I met this guy. That's the opportunity for you to be like,
no, don't do it.
You shouldn't be fucking dating. You just told me last week you had a whole list of shit of why you shouldn't be dating. But y'all sit there fucking idle as fuck talking about, well, I shouldn't be, I don't even know what this.
You know what? It's kind of like, hey, the felon gets out of jail. You know he got a jacket. You know he's a felon, but you can't tell the nigga not to go look for a job. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about? I done told plenty of niggas that. What you talking about?
We ain't gonna throw him a pack and tell him to get on the corner.
Yes, we do. We do.
Trying.
What world are you in? We do exactly the opposite.
That's toxic.
I got what you're saying, but what I'm saying is we at least tell them that. We're like, you know the motherfuckers ain't gonna hide you, man. You might as well get out here with me.
You have to encourage.
Well, that's right. Well, then you need to encourage your friends when they shouldn't be dating to sit their ass down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because don't give me no list of shit. I'm talking about why you can't date and tell you that they can't date and then turn around and say, hey, I just met this dude.
Because that's getting better. And how do you know that saying those things
she finna
out
take
loud?
some of that toxic shit over there to that guy when she shouldn't be fucking dating, and you sitting there watching his shit implode.
You know what? This is what it is. It's unrealistic to tell those people, don't. Cut yourself off from the world.
I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? It'll be easier to encourage them. Okay, well, you met this guy, and you know all your toxic shit. So let's talk about what not to do. You don't encourage your friends, but don't date. It's over for you. Hey, don't get a job. You just need to go get a pack and get back on the corner,
but
man.
that's not what I'm saying.
Why would you do that?
Because it's a time and place where you can actually do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there actually is. Like, if someone just told you that they can't date, I have X, Y, Z of why I can't date. Okay? And then the next week they tell you meeting somebody, you need to remind them, you just told me that you don't have time for dating. I don't see nothing wrong with that. You just told me last week. So what changed from that to that? And then let them answer it. 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, you know what, you're right. But not y'all ass. Y'all encourage the motherfuckers. Well, did you tell them that you like them? You know what I'm saying?
It's the reason why we don't tell our friends
some
not to date is the same reason why a motherfucker ain't gonna tell you he ain't shit when he meets you. Because you greedy, you want the opportunity anyway, even though you might not be in the best place. It would be way too noble for a motherfucker to be like, oh, look at all this ass. I'm not good enough for all that ass. I'm going to see you in another lifetime, lady. See you later. And no guy is going to do that. At all.
That's not true.
No guy is gonna do it. It's not happening. He's gonna at least.
I'm not an ass man, so I'm just looking at one right here. No.
He's gonna get the skins and he's gonna fuck up. And he knew he was not right for the girl to begin with. But to turn it down, to walk away, is not gonna happen. That's against human nature. So maybe that's the reason why you're not telling your girlfriend, girl, you don't need to date. You just need to be alone for another 6 months.
So you don't give them no suggestion. You just gonna let them crash into the wall.
No, I gave you the suggestion. The suggestion.
You said you ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm going to probably say, okay, you met this guy. let's talk about together why things aren't working out for you in the past so you don't do it again.
No, you said, I don't tell them anything because I don't feel comfortable. That's what your ass said.
I said I'm not going to tell them that they're toxic and then they shouldn't be dating.
I didn't say tell them that they're toxic.
Encourage them to date.
I didn't say
that. But
I'm going
to also encourage them not to do the things that they know are toxic.
I didn't tell you to not tell them that I didn't tell you to tell them that they toxic. But what I said was the information that they gave you, you don't even regurgitate that shit to them. You see what I'm saying? To make them like that's something that
because that's kicking somebody with their down.
How was that kicking
somebody with their down? Oh, you know what? I can't date yet because I got these braces on and they locked my jaws. I met this guy, girl. You know your jaws locked. You can't suck no dick. You need to leave it alone. Well, who would do that? That's just being negative.
I said
that's looking at the glass half empty.
No. You're talking about telling them. I said tell them to remind them of what they said to you.
Okay, girl. Now, what did you say to me about them braces? Oh, that I can't talk and that I can't really do anything like that. Well, you know you can't suck no dick, so don't date.
That's right.
No.
That's right. Just take the ending off. Just take the ending off. Like this is a difference. Like this is a difference between men and women. So I paint this scenario right here. My homeboy talking to me. Hey, Spade, boy, you know I met this girl at the job, boy. Boy, you know you shouldn't be shitting where you eat at, boy. You know that shit a bad scenario. I know, man, but boy, you need to see the ass on this girl. I feel that. But big dog, when this shit blow up in your face, the shit gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And when it blow up in his face, you think I'm gonna be like, I don't want to say I told you so. Shit and me. Alpha male God will tell you, I told you so. That's the difference between women and men. Y'all let them go down the road to some bullshit when the man sit there and tell them like, look, you know what this shit gonna be. Shit at your job, ain't nothing but bad shit coming out of this shit, no matter how good that pussy is, no matter how fat that ass is. And when the shit blow up, I don't want to hear that shit. Because I'm gonna tell you the same shit that I told your ass when you called me about that ass. I told you it was gonna blow up and it wasn't working.
And you heard it here on Relations. It's time for Tap In. Okay, so I have a tap in that's pretty gross, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Gross.
Yeah. Ugh. So, here we go. So, I went on vacation to Jamaica, and I made a mistake and had sex with a girl without protection. On the way back home, I went to the airport bathroom, and it was hard to pee. I guess he's saying that it hurt.
Gangrene.
Okay, so when I got home, my wife was very happy to see me, and I didn't have sex with her, but it was because I told her I had jet lag. It is day 5. I still have not had sex with my wife, and I don't know what to do. I thought you guys would be the perfect two to ask.
Okay. Is this motherfucker 12? Because at the end of the day, I'm just gonna speak like this. This is a straight fact. Okay, watch this. A simple scenario. I go to the bathroom, something going on. Now I done pulled off 5 to 6 days of not fucking her. Okay, now, not an expert, not whatsoever. But my first sit would be head to the doctor and get you some meds. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna pull off all this goddamn staying away from her, then you might as well go ahead and get your medicine so you can go ahead and get cleared up. So I'm trying to figure out how you ride in 7 days, because last I checked, the drip don't stop. Drip keep going. And the last thing I want to be doing is following the drip.
Well, we don't know whether he got treated or not, but I do know
didn't.
even during because during treatment you still can't have sex. So he could have got treated, but he's still keeping the dick away from his partner. He still can't have sex with her even if he's on medicine.
That's what I'm saying. But he's saying, what do I do? Maybe.
Yeah, I think he means like, she's trying to have sex with me. What can I do?
Don't do
He's
it.
asking us for the advice. He said, I thought it was the two. You guys were the perfect people to ask, but to be honest with you, the only thing I can come up with is tell the truth. And the reason why I'm saying that is because her mind now is, who did you fuck? Who are you fucking? What happened? She's not just saying, oh, he's jet lagged 6 days later and is not having sex with me. Her mind now is already in the dumpster. So you might as well sit her down and just say, hey, I made a mistake, a really bad one.
Gotcha. So,
you know?
and what I'm saying is you can cover 2 scenarios. So I think, like I said, not an expert. When you get the meds, they about 7 days. Okay? 7, 10. You know what I'm saying? Speaking for a friend. So it's 7, 10. You done dodged 7. But because you ain't gonna get the medicine the next day, you 7 days without medicine? That's my issue right there. So all I'm saying is when you went to the bathroom, go to the doctor. Why are we having this conversation?
So we'll end it right there, guys. You can find me on IG and Twitter at Kaynah Lassiter.
Hey, you can find your boy on both platforms, IG and Twitter, 51 Spade. I want to thank everybody for joining me on Podbean, live at the IG. And what else you got?
The shirts.
Oh, yeah.
New design.
Man, you see it, God. Hey, y'all can follow me on IG, Alpha Male God Creations, www.alphamalegodcreations.com. And like I always say about this time, peace.